Our next guest, Jane Hawks, is a senior partner at Bowditch and Dewey, and Jane actually is a corporate business attorney, and she actually is involved in some key areas that we'd like to discuss today. Jane, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
We had talked beforehand, Jane, about a number of areas that you're involved in, and obviously we talked about that your firm has been around for about 100 years.
Exactly 100, as a matter of fact.
Wow, happy birthday.
Thank you. No, I tried to tell people ahead of time I was not 100, so.
There was Mel Brooks had something. He went around. He used to be the 100-year-old man. But let me tell you something.
Or was it the 1,000-year-old man?
He got older over time. But what's interesting about your practice, Jane, because we talked about you hit the usual food groups of corporate, but one area I think that resonated that I think that's important for our listeners to know about your role in public finance. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Just for people who don't know, public finance is a way of financing projects at a reduced interest rate because of some particular tax laws, which I will not go into, but allows projects that might not otherwise happen to be completed. For example, we represent a lot of entities such as colleges, universities, that need to build facilities. You may have noticed that nowadays colleges and universities are competing based upon how big your science center is,
right,
or something like that. So what's happening is we are able to help those people to finance a project at a lower interest rate and make a project happen that might not otherwise be possible. We also can help small manufacturing firms because this type of financing is available to a small company, for example,
excellent,
that needs to buy equipment or build an addition, and they go to their bank and the bank says, of course I would lend you some money, but the interest rate is 7%. But if we do this particular type of financing, your interest rate might be 4%. So you can build a bigger addition or get more equipment or whatever in order to keep up with today's rapidly moving world in that world.
You know what's interesting is I grew up in Rhode Island, and it's the home for all these jewelry manufacturers. And there was a point that, unfortunately, eventually, a lot of people between the jewelry and the textile industry went out. And now, because of what you do, a lot of manufacturers are now able to really grow quickly. For example, I'm always hearing, and I researched them, it's Alex and Ade. They started very small, and now they've grown, and because of the process of what you talked about.
It's interesting. We've done everything from, we've actually done jewelry firms. We've also done Dunkin' Donut franchises to help them build kitchens to make the donuts.
Interesting.
We also done manufacturers of hummus, olive oil, all types of food groups, as well as companies that, for example, we're doing one right now for a company which makes sterile packaging for pharmaceuticals.
Interesting.
Which is very interesting,
So
and
there's
helping them to do clinical trials.
So these opportunities are agnostic. They are not industry specific.
They are not industry specific. They are complicated for tax reasons. They are complicated. So, for example, a manufacturing firm has to be a small manufacturing firm, or another entity has to be a nonprofit. So we do, like the community health centers are all nonprofits.
There are preferred categories.
Exactly.